like, comment and subscribe my channel. Which of the following statements are correct regarding to Indian Constituent Assembly? Options are: it was not based on adult franchise, it resulted for no, it resulted for direct elections, it was not a multi-party body, it worked through several committees. Right option is option number A and D. It was not based on adult franchise, it worked through several committees. Constituent Assembly met for the first time in New Delhi on 9th December 1946 in the Constitution Hall, which is now known as Central Hall of Parliament House. As to its compositions, the Constituent Assembly was to be partly elected and partly nominated. The members were to be indirectly elected by the members of the Provincial Assembly, who themselves were elected on a limited franchise. It was a multi-party body. The Congress, the Muslim League, and some independent members also got representations. The Constituent Assembly appointed a number of committee to deal with different tasks of constitutions making. Out of these, 8 were major committees and others were minor committees. So next question is, which one of the following are incorrect statements about the Constitution Assembly? C. It is elected on the basis of adult franchise, universal adult franchise, but all are right. C is wrong. It works with help of a large number of committees. The most important among them are drafting committee, minority communities like Christian, Anglo, Indians, and Parsis were adequately represented in the assembly. Its electoral process was based on 6 schedules of the Act of 1935, which allowed for a restricted franchise based on tax, party, property, and educational qualification. The members of the Constituent Assembly were elected by the members of Legislative Assembly of Provinces on the basis of indirect elections and not on the basis of universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise enables all citizens to be involved in the governance of their state based on adult suffrage. Member of Constituent Assembly who drafted the Constitution of India were: options are nominated by the Parliament, nominated by the Governor General, elected by legislative assemblies of various provinces, elected by Indian National Congress and Muslim League. Right option is option number C, elected by legislative assemblies of various provinces. Members of Constituent Assemblies were elected by the members of legislative assemblies of various provinces. Each provinces and each Indian states or group of states were allotted the total number of seats proportional to their representatives' populations, roughly in the ratio of 1 to a million. As a result, 292 members were elected through the provincial legislative assemblies and 4 members were represented the chief commissioners provinces, while the Indian princely states were allotted a minimum of 93 seats. So next question is, with reference to Indian history, the members of the Constituent Assembly from the provinces were right option is option number C, elected by the Provincial Legislative Assembly. How were the members of the Constituent Assembly elected? And D, by provincial assemblies. Who was the first elected chairman of Constituent Assembly? C, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Sachindranath Sinha temporarily chaired the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly, which was held on 9 December 1946. The Constituent Assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as permanent chairman on 11 December 1946. Dr. Rajendra Prasad name was proposed by J.B. Kripalani. So next question is, who chaired the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly? C, Dr. Sachindranath Sinha. First elected chairman Constituent Assembly is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. First chairman of Constituent Assembly is Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and first meeting of Constituent Assembly chaired by Dr. Sachindranath Sanyal. The first day of session of Indian Constituent Assembly chaired by Dr. Sachindranath Sinha, who was the chairman of Constituent Assembly, Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So next question is, who was the president of the Constituent Assembly of the Independent India? B, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Constituent Assembly of India was established on B, 9 December 1946. 9 December 1946. The first sessions of the Constituent Assembly was held A, 9 December 1946. When was the Constituent Assembly established? A. December 1946. When was the first sessions of the Constituent Assembly held? Options are 9th December 1946. The first sessions of the Constituent Assembly began on 9 December 1946 and ended in 23 December 1946. The session was attended by 207 members according to the Rajya Sabha website. So next question is, when did the Indian Constituent Assembly meet for the first time? C. 9 December 1946. The resolutions for the given a constitutions to India was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on B. 22nd January 1947. So next question is, who proposed the preamble before the drafting committee of the Constitution? Jawaharlal Nehru. Who of the following presented the objective resolution? Jawaharlal Nehru. So next question is, in relation to formation of the Constitution of India, which of the following sections is a correct? The right option is option number A, 1, 2 and 3. Resolution of objectives to Nehru by Nehru affected the making of the Constitution. Preamble fulfills various important objectives, aims, and peoples of India ordered directed the Constitution. So next question is, how many sessions of the Indian Constituent Assembly were conducted for the formulation of the Constitution? C. 12 sessions. So next question is, how much time the Constituent Assembly took to frame the constitutions? Right option is option number A, 2 years, 11 months, 18 days. So next question is, match list 1 and list 2. First Vice President of the Constituent Assembly, V.T. Krishnamurti, originally the only Congress member of a drafting committee. Jawaharlal Nehru, member of the Constituent Assembly, represented Rajasthan Princely State. K.M. Munshi, chairman of Union Constitution Committee. H.C. Mukherjee. Right option is option number B. First Vice President of Constituent Assembly, H.C. Mukherjee. The only Congress member of Drafting Committee, K.M. Munshi, representative of Rajya Sabha, Rajasthan Princely State, V.T. Krishnamurti, and chairman of Union Constitution Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. So next question is, who among the following was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly? Right option is option number C, Jawaharlal Nehru. So next question is, match list 1 and list 2 and identify the correct answer from the code given below. Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, Minorities and Tribals and Excluded Areas, Sardar Patel. Steering Committee, Rajendra Prasad. Union Power Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. Drafting Committee, B.R. Ambedkar. So next question is, who was the chairman of the Provincial Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly? Right option is option number D, Sardar Patel. Now, who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? A. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. The chairman of the drafting committee of Indian Constitution was Constituent Assembly was C. Dr. Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar. Who was the chairman of the Advisory Committee on the Fundamental Rights and the Minorities constituted by the Constituent Assembly? B. Sardar Patel. The drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly under Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had how many other members? B. 6 members. Who among the following were the member of the drafting committee of the Constitution? C. 1 and 3. N. Gopalaswamy and Adali Krishnaswamy Iyer. So next question is, who amongst the following was not a member of a drafting committee? D. Jawaharlal Nehru. All are member of drafting committee, but Jawaharlal is not. Muhammad Sadullah is member of drafting committee. K.M. Munshi, member of drafting committee. A.K. Iyer is member of drafting committee. So next question is, the Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Right option is option number D, 29 August 1947. So next question is, who was the constitutional advisor at the time of the formation of the Constitution? Right option is option number B, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Who was the constitutional advisor at the time of formation of the Constitution? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. No, B.N. Rao is the right answer. So next question is, the first draft of the constitution was prepared by B.N. Rao. First draft. The first draft of the constitution was prepared by the constitution advisor B.N. Rao, which was put before drafting committee for opinion, discussion, and changes in each original draft proposal by Mr. Rao included 243 articles and 13 schedules. So next question is, when did the Constituent Assembly adopted national flag? Right option is option number A, 22nd July 1947. Next question is, who was the chairman of the National Flag Committee? B. Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Consider the following statement. 1. The design of national flag was adopted by the Constitution Assembly of India 22nd July 1947. The next question is, the design of the national flag was adopted Constituent Assembly 22nd July 1947. Therefore, statement 1 is correct. There is 24 spokes in the wheels and weight length of a ratio of 2/3. So statement 2 and 3 is wrong. Who was the chair of National Flag Committee? B. Dr. Rajendra Prasad. There are two flag committees mentioned in the Indian history. The flag committee, first flag committee constituted 2 April 1931 at Karachi session under the chairmanship of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Second, in ad hoc committee on national flag was formed 23rd June 1947, whose chairman was the Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So next question is, the Constitution of India was completed on B. November 26, 1949. So next question is, Indian Constitution was adopted by the Constitution Assembly on 26 November 1949. So next question is, the Constitution of India was adopted on which date? B. 26 November 1949. Constitution of India come into force A. 26 January 1950. Mention the correct date of the last meeting of the Constituent Assembly of India. C. 24 January 1950. So next question is, January 26 was selected as the date for the inauguration of the Constitution because the Constitution had observed it as the Independent Day in 1930. Indian Constitution. Next question is, the Indian Constitution was adopted by Constituent Assembly. So next question is, Constitution was adopted by Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949. So next question is, the Constitution of India was enacted on 26 November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly. So next question is, the Constitution of India adopted and enacted on C. 26 November 1949. Constitution Day of India is celebrated on B. 26 November. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was elected to the Constituent Assembly from, right option is option number B, Bombay Presidency. The year of birth and death of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar: B. 1891 to 1956. In which year was Jana Gana Mana adopted national anthem of India? C. 1950. The Constituent Assembly accepted Jana Gana Mana as national anthem of India on 24th January 1950. A formal rendition of the national anthem take 52 seconds. No, 52 seconds. Okay. So next question is, the state emblem was adopted by Government of India Act D. 26 January 1950. The state emblem, which is extended from extracted from Ashok Chak pillar at Sarnath, Varanasi, was adopted by the Government of India on 26 January 1950. So next question is, consider the following statement. The discussion in the third round table conference eventually led to the passing of the Government of India Act 1935. The Government of India Act 1935 provided for the establishment of an All India Federation to be based on a union of the provinces of the British and the princely state. Right option is option number C. Both A and B are correct. Both are correct. During the third roundtable conference, a plan was presented to finalize the Government of India Act 1935. In the Act, provisions was made to form an All India Federation comprising of states of British India and princely states. From above, it is clear that both given statements are true. Third roundtable conference was organized in 1932 in London. So next question is uh, uh, here are two statement. The Constitution of India provided for all necessities of the country. It is known as called as adopted constitution. Right option is option number B. A and R is not correct explanation of A. Deferment of adult franchise for 15 years was advocated in Constituent Assembly by C. Maulana Azad. So next question is consider the following statements and choose the correct answer by using the code given below. Assertion: India is a democratic country. India is a constitution of A. Each one. B. A and R is not correct explanation of A. Who amongst the following advises that the Indian National Congress should be divided as a political party after the independence of India? D. Mahatma Gandhi. Who was the president of Indian National Congress at the time of partition of India? A. J.B. Kripalani. So next question is say who was the president of Indian National Congress at the time of partition of India? A. J.B. Kripalani was the president of Indian National Congress at the time of partition of India. Okay. So next question is in their nationalist reaction, the founding father of Indian Constitution tended to minimize the importance of a minority interest and emotions. The Ivor Jennings. Constituent Assembly was Congress and Congress was India. Who said this? A. Austin. So next question is who said India is a quasi-federal state? D. K.C. Wary. Who is the begin